find it convenient. So I want to see you become a better person.
Interesting. Interesting. I'm very happy. Does anybody want to say anything again? Gift, Lori, do you want to say something? Okay. So
I think everybody should have something to say, really, but it's all right.
Interesting.
All right, good evening.
Good evening. Okay. Sorry, Stefan.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. Isaac, can hear you.
Oh, okay, good evening. So, first of all, I want to thank our daddy. I call him daddy. So, our daddy for this initiative. I'm very glad I joined this program. What really stand out for me yesterday was that I get to understand something that you can be good, you can be very good at what you do, but if you are not visible, the opportunity you have is limited. So, and in order to bridge this gap, then you have to take every opportunity to connect with people. So, in every way, every opportunity you have, maintain a good relationship. Always try to connect, tell people what you do, and if take opportunities of other people visibility as well. Take opportunity as in, like our daddy said, as in use their influence in order to achieve what you don't use it to compete, but use it to achieve your own goal. Thank you.
Thank you so much. More like a closed mouth is a closed destiny. You cannot be doing something and your mouth is shut. Do it and speak. Even if, I don't know, you cannot even be shy. Do it and speak up. How do I find you? I think something that Mr. Victor said was you cannot place a candle lamp under a bushel, I be in a bushel, under a bushel, something like that. Yes. So a light must shine. So your light must shine. Okay. Thank you so very much. Thank you so much, so much, so much. Does anybody has anything to say before I move on? Okay. Thank you so much.
Hi, good evening. I have something to say.
Okay.
So yesterday, Mr. Victor spoke about being visible, and one thing he said that stood out to me was how that creating content, it's not just about creating content, but it should also build positioning. So what exactly do you want to do? And this will help you to have the right kind of people in your space. That it's not just about the followers. You can have thousands of followers and they're not engaging with your post because you can position your brand well. So we're speaking about how we should create structure around our content, not just put content out there. Position it well so you can get the right attention from people. Thank you.
Okay. Interesting. Yes, I'm very glad that positioning is very much important. Yes. So I am even very much sure that even if were not in yesterday's meeting or we were unable to hear anything from the reviews that we've heard, we've taken in some things already. Positioning, visibility, consistency, speaking up and showing up. Thank you so much. So we'll be inviting first speaker. Right, I want to confirm that. Okay, we've invited Mr. Francis, which is the manager of KPMG West Africa. Don't know if Mr. Francis is around. So yeah, Mr. Francis Adelowo, and he's a professional, career-grounded man that has helped in bridging the gap between career, professionalism, and continuous learning. That even in career, we learn. So yes, thank you so much, sir. We are very much excited to see your face. Thank you so much, sir.
Good evening,
Okay.
everyone. Can you confirm you can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. I have a bit of my bandwidth is not very strong, so you see that my video is not so clear, so I may have to go off camera. But I just wanted to show my face first before having to do that. And good evening, everyone. Thank you, our father, Bro Dolapo, for the opportunity. I'm grateful. Thank you for inviting me to this, and thank you, Pace, for the introduction. So, I'm a manager in KPMG Nigeria, and KPMG West Africa in extension. Uh, I just wanted to correct a bit of how Peace presented that. So I'm not
Yeah.
the manager. I'm a manager. That's a bit different.
Yes,
So,
sir.
okay. Before someone would think I'm the manager of KPMG, I don't have that. I'm just a manager. Okay. Well, thank you very much for the introduction. If you permit me, I would want to go off camera, then share my screen. Just a little bit of slide to just show us. I hope you still be able to engage with me, even if you are not seeing my face. Right. So apologies. Okay, trying to share my screen. Okay, please, can you confirm you can see my screen? Okay, if that's fine, I think we'll just go ahead. So, we want to talk about positioning ourselves for career development and job opportunities. If I may, I just want to confirm quickly the demography in the room. Uh, do we have more of young persons that are just coming into the workplace, or do we have persons that are already in the workplace and are looking to transition? So it sort of helps to guide how I go through this conversation and places that I place more emphasis. So if I can just have that clarity quickly, if Peace can help me with that, just to get what is the demography in the room, or the specifics in the room. So whilst that is going on, I'll just go to my first slide. It's applicable to every and all. So it's just a little bit of how may I put this? It's a little bit of statistics for us that we can put much attention to. And the World Economic Forum, through the Future of Jobs report for 2025, came out to say that 39% of workers' existing skill sets are expected to change or become outdated by 2030. Right. It may not have so much meaning to some persons, but what I want you to understand from that is that the current skill set that you may have or that you have, you need to understand that it may not be relevant in the next 4 years if you're not careful to improve on yourself. Those set of skill sets that you find very important that everybody may be shouting about, and you see, it's very, if we don't even look at 2025 or 2026, if we cast our mind back to some probably 10 years ago, if you were putting out an application and you say that you are good with Microsoft Office, or maybe 15 years ago, if you say you're good with Microsoft Office, you have top skill. That is a top skill some 10, 15 years ago. But right now, nobody cares. It is needed, but it is not a top skill for you. It does not mean you should not have the skill, because it's like, it's as good as when something has become so common that it then is not a distinguishing factor again. It is not something that places you to become extra. In these conversations, we'll be talking about your skill, because that's the key thing that we need to understand and begin to look at and begin to know very much, because skill is an important aspect of you to develop your career and to place you in that sphere for job opportunities. The market rewards visible skills. And the very beautiful thing about what makes a skill beautiful is how important it's becoming. And I'm careful to use that word. What makes any skill visible is that people are actually seeing it and latching onto it and seeing the importance of it. From LinkedIn Skills First report, which is a report that was put out from LinkedIn, they mentioned that skill-based matching can qualify people for more roles. Talent pool sizes is per Talent pool size increase per industry when using a skills-first approach versus hiring based on job title. And I will explain what that means. You see, before now, a lot of emphasis was placed on what is the kind of role that you have. How do we describe the role that you own? So you hear someone will say that I'm a senior developer, or you would hear things like I am a manager in KPMG, for instance, right? Those things are beautiful to hear or beautiful to understand, but in this the environment that we are currently, and it is evolving to become, it is no longer about the role that you hold. It's more about the skills that you have. So you would see that skill is an important thing that you must have. So it sort of helps you to gain access even when seemingly you do not have the job titles. And of course, we would go further into this discussion, but these are just overarching things that I want us to pay very good attention to. Your skill is very important. Your proof of that skill is also very important. And the relationship you build, they are very important. Make your skills easy to see, trust, and explain. If you do not remember any other thing from all that I will say this evening, these things that you can see on this slide currently, they are important things that you must hold on to. They are more like summary of everything I'll be talking about, and it's applicable to you.
We can't hear you, sir. Can you hear me? I think it's the network, right?
Hello, I am very sorry. I really do not know what happened. I
Okay.
just that I went off the screen, so apologies. I'll just share my screen back. I was saying that if there's anything you would remember from the conversations that we would have together this evening, from my end, remember these things on the screen. Your skill is important, your proof is important, and the relationship you have is important. Right. So, Peace, do you have a response to the question I had earlier?
Yes, sir, I do. So
Okay.
I do have the exact statistics, right? But we have like a few of us already into the tech market already, trying to navigate ourselves, find jobs, working, and we have some that are looking to transition. I think much. We have many people looking to transition actually. We have more people looking to transition. We have a few into the market, this system already.
Okay, thank you very much for that clarification. So I'll try to tailor my conversations around both persons trying to come into the market space and then persons trying to transition. And I would not want to restrict it to just the tech space, but across every possible career that you want to come into. These are important things to pay attention to. So thank you very much, Peace. Now, we hear a lot of persons telling you to build skills, you need to have certifications. You need to get certified, you need to get this certification, that certification, and the likes. I can assure you it is important, right? It is important to have those certificates. But the only thing certificate does for you is that it shows that you have completed the learning. It is not a proof that you really know what you have gone to go and learn. What really serves as proof is that you can show us that this thing I went to learn in this with this certificate, I actually can do it. So I'll be talking about a couple of things that is needed in you developing that skill and communicating that skill to position you for that career penetration, for that career development, to get that job opportunity. And it is applicable whether you are coming to an industry for the first time from a graduate role or an experienced IR role. It is important across board. And I want you to hold on to these 4 levels, 4 stacks that you need to understand if you want to gain access within any field, or you want to progress within a field, or you want to move into another field. Your proof is basically an expression or something that helps us, something that communicates to us that this thing that you are looking for, you actually can do it. Now, there are differences to how much your proof needs to be, depending on at what level you are coming in and to what you are coming in. So if you're coming into a graduate training role, I may not necessarily be asking that you need to have all of the experience in the world. And if you're not sure you understand what I mean by proof, it's basically me just saying experience. If you're coming into a graduate training role across any industry, we necessarily don't need you to have all of the experience in the world. We don't. But we want to see to some extent how well you can navigate that. I'm not sure there's any job posting or any job listing that comes out right now that they will not tell you what they are looking for in you. So the question is now, can you demonstrate that you have these things that they are asking for? If you are within the tech space and you claim that you have you have proficiency in a particular tool, you have proficiency in a particular skills, where is your project board? Can I see the things that you have done? You claim that you can use this tool. You claim you are a great designer. Nobody's arguing it with you. Front end, back end, full stack. Nobody's arguing it with you. But what have you done? I am sure if you are within that space, you know that these are important things to have. It is evident. Nobody is expecting that you come into an interview and then you are just reeling out the things that you can do. Where is an evidence that you have done something or you are able to do these things? If you are coming into an experienced IR role, you want to transit to another industry and you want to come in from an experienced IR role, or even within your career, but you want to move from one firm to another or from one company to the other, we want to see results that you have from where you were before. We want to see references. These are things that you need to hold on to. And the next thing is that human element of your skills. We have always said it, how you communicate, how you think, your ability to collaborate. It needs to be clear that this is something you have. And then we are in that age where everything is digital, right? So your digital skill is very important. How good are you with data? How good are you with handling data? The environment that you want to come into, there are specific business solution tools that they use. Are you familiar with them? Can you use them? I hope we understand that it is not an excuse for you to say that where I am currently, we don't use these tools. When there is access to YouTube. Esther, please, can you mute? It is not an excuse to say that I do not, in where I am currently, we do not use this tool, we do not use that, when there is so much resources available online for you to even learn how to use those tools. Whenever I have opportunity to discuss with people on things like this, I always say it. You spend so much time on social media, but how much of that is useful for you? How much of that is turning to something that you can actually use for your own growth? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not sure there's anything right now that you want to learn that you would go at the minimum on YouTube and you would not see something. You may not get the most advanced possible version of it for free, but if it's the basic, there is no tool. You are into finance or you are within the accounting space, and then they tell you that in this company we use Oracle, or they tell you in this company we use SAP, this version of SAP, or we use this version of Microsoft Dynamics. And then you are like, well, where I am is Sage that we used to use, is QuickBooks that we used to use. And you cannot go online and learn this new thing that they are using over there. You're shortchanging yourself. And of course, we are in the era where everybody's shouting AI, AI, AI. Sometimes I get tired of the old shout, right? But the truth is, in this business world that we are currently, you may not necessarily be able to thrive effectively if you're not integrating with AI. There is almost always no tool now that is being released that there is no AI integration to some extent. So you'll be shortchanging yourself if you cannot maximize what it means to use AI. And I hope you understand that it's not just to go into AI and type, help me do this. The greatest use or how you can optimize AI utilization is that you are a champion at prompting. That is really it. You need to learn to prompt. What does it mean to produce the best prompt to get the best result? That is what we're talking about whenever anybody is telling you about improving your AI literacy. Because what separates you from another person that is using AI and the person is getting so much result from it is that the person is able to prompt better than you are able to prompt. And lastly, here, it is domain. Do you understand the industry you want to go into? Do you understand the industry you are applying into? So for new graduates or persons that are about to become graduates that will go into NYC and of course will be thrown into that pool of applying for so many things, please don't feel terrible that you have to apply. For instance, for those of us that are still within the confines of Nigeria, we understand the realities. You are a new graduate, you're a fresh graduate. There are what's the word now? There are expectations from you. You cannot go into NYC, come back from NYC, and then you are sitting at home for the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months. Some people want to see that you're actually doing something now. So it will mean that you are applying to this role, that industry, the other industry as much as possible because we don't want to be idle. Beautiful. But do you understand where you are going into, what you are applying for? Do you understand what the role is about? Do you understand what the business delivers? You are going into for an experienced IRO. You want to transfer your skill from one industry to another industry. Do you understand the industry you want to go into? Do you understand the customer there? Do you understand what they need and what they are after? See, the human, the digital, the domain, those three stacks, they are very important for you to be able to deliver correct proof or to have correct evidence. They are very important. You cannot do away with them. We are in an age where everybody's talking about collaboration. See, sometimes I'm on Instagram or TikTok, and I see some of the reels where they'll be talking about the jargons, the Teams, Microsoft Teams jargons, where people will come on meetings and they'll be using words like circle back, all those beautiful and sometimes meaningless English. But you see, at the back of that is that collaboration. People are coming together to learn how to collaborate. You can be doing a lot of boboing yourself and just speaking high-end English that does not make any much meaning. But the true hallmark of it is, can you collaborate? Can you demonstrate leadership acumen? I'm sure quite a number of persons here are Christians and probably an extension from the kings and priests environment. So you will understand that when we are teaching you about God, teaching you all those things, and then we're already teaching you about your skills, we're giving you opportunity to what's the word? To facilitate sessions, to come and lead session. We're having conversations and the leader is telling you on mute and read this scripture and explain the scripture. You see, those things, they may look to you as though we're trying to just build your spiritual life, but at the core of it, there is something that is being built in you, and it is your ability to actually lead, your ability to communicate. Let me give you a good example. Some 3-4 years ago, I had the opportunity to be selected for a facilitation, a facilitator conference, and it was more for what we call, I work within the audit space, right? So it was like the Nigerian Audit Facilitator Accreditation Center workshop for those of us in KPMG, right? And one of the comments I heard when I presented for the first time was that you have had enough exposure to the pulpit, right? I just smiled. I said yes. Because the confidence I came out with to talk, the confidence I came out with to present, they already knew that this one, be like say you have had so much access to these things. So while you are in school, you are having access to the pulpit. Whilst you are in school, you are the head of one department in the fellowship or the other, and you feel like those things were just to build your spiritual. They are not just only building your spiritual, they are actually building your capacity for when you come into the workspace to exhibit leadership, to exhibit collaboration. You know, sometimes I cast my mind back to when we were in school, where a bunch of young people leading other young people, and yet we were doing great and phenomenal things. It is a skill that is being built in you, and that skill can be transferred. So please understand that for you to achieve that career development, for you to gain that access to that job opportunity, all that you're learning currently where you are, even as a student, they are not wasted. They are useful, and they can translate into the corporate world effectively. So I'll just quickly go to, how do you build your opportunity system? How do you build your opportunity? Because you can have all of the skills. You could build your skills, build your understanding of the domain. That is where you want to come into. You could build you could have your human capacity built. But how do you build opportunity? It is important that you do not depend on one platform. You need to understand, who are these your employers? Who are the target employers for you? So you are building IT skills, you're building finance skills, you're building engineering skills. Who are the persons that can employ you? And I beg you, for heaven's sake, you are studying petroleum engineering, or you've studied petroleum engineering. Can you not tell yourself, please don't tell yourself that the person that will employ you are oil and gas companies? That's too vague. Who are these oil and gas companies? Do you even know the players? Apart from Shell, apart from Chevron, do you know other players within that industry? So you're telling yourself that you want to come into the finance space. You want to come into investment banking. Apart from Bank of America, apart from JP Morgan, which investment banking do you even know in Nigeria? What big entity, small entity do you know that would employ you, that can employ you? And why that is very important is because you need to be able to follow their pages and understand what is going on there and be aware of when opportunities come up. Opportunities typically would not necessarily chase you. That is a reality you must be open to, especially in your when you're just coming out of school, when you're still very young within your career. Opportunities may necessarily not chase you. You may have to chase opportunities. People that opportunity chase are people that have already built enough credibility and capacity in the industry, such that it is now the organizations that are looking for them. We are no longer in that era. Maybe we heard our parents say that when they were in school, before they graduated, organization came into the school, and then they were asking them, please come and join our company. It's not really happening like that again. No. You would have organization now, for instance, a KPMG, a PwC, a Deloitte, or EY. You have thousands, tens of thousands of people applying to them, and they only want to employ probably 200 persons or 300 persons maximum. So they are not going to look for you. You're the one that have to look for them. You are there on LinkedIn, as beautiful as it is that you have a wonderful page. You have designed your page very well. You are posting repeatedly. But are you utilizing the resources on that LinkedIn? How many of you have set up your job alert and streamline it as much as possible to get alerts from relevant organizations to what you're looking for? How many of you have utilized the Google job search, advanced search features to streamline and get alerts on relevant jobs? And for your information, these things are not new. 7 years ago, when I was looking for a job, I'd created alerts on Google's job search. Till today, I still get some of those alerts. You need to identify the relevant organization, not just identify the relevant industry. Because your skills, where it will be used, you need to know it and understand it. The next thing is your trusted network. What kind of network do you have around you? Are you the kind of person that go into a place and you're just by yourself? You do not try to connect as much as possible. Do you realize that you connecting to people may not be because you want to take from them? That is not the primary reason why you are connecting with people. The primary reason why you're connecting with people is because you need association around you. Now, when you have connected with people, at the point you are connecting with someone, it's even possible the person does not have anything for you. But one day, somehow, they could. Very recently, one of my colleagues, right, was telling me about a new job he just got. He got a job because of a connection he had created some 4 years ago. Now, the organization this year, they were looking to fill up a space, and then they reached out to someone, and the person reached out to him to tell him that that organization that we were that time, they are looking for someone to fill this position. And he went there. His interview was more of discussion rather than trying to realize or understand if you have the skill or not, because they already know he has the skill. So imagine after he left that engagement, he just detached completely from them without having any form of association left. That will not reach him. So you need to understand that the alumni body, opportunities like the king and priest, right? There are things you need to latch onto and wait on the possibility of getting something from here. You are investing into the association. The association is also investing into you. Your colleagues, don't just detach completely from people. The moment you understand that you have something, you have like minds with this set of persons, don't just detach. Build that community, work within that community. See, like as I said earlier about understanding the relevant organization, ensure that you are working with official platform. I use God and beg you. Do you know recently the bane of AI graphics design, you will just be seeing job alerts that do not exist. Recently, KPMG had to debunk one because KPMG is not, there's no open recruitment right now in KPMG. The open recruitment closed around April or thereabout. What is currently going on is that people that applied then and have scaled through some level of people that applied then, passed the test, are currently being interviewed. There is no opening right now, but I was seeing job offers, job opportunity flying everywhere. People were reposting it. I think I saw one too, maybe Zenith Bank or something. They also had to debunk that one too, that is not real. And in my head, I'm like, can you not see the similarity that the design all look the same? Somebody is just using maybe ChatGPT or something to just create design and sharing and everybody sharing. Please work with verified recruitment page. Also, whilst you're trying to build yourself, whilst you're trying to transit in this your career, or you're a graduate trying to come into the workspace, identify opportunities that you can work on right now. What are projects that you can likely bring yourself into? I bless God for our host and the kind of association he had around him, and in extension, when you then go to the O&E guys, the Ibadan hub, where where people were just there and they were just learning and learning and learning and learning. A lot of persons in that place have gone ahead to go and build on that skill, and they're doing one thing or the other right now.
Imeji, I mentioned it yesterday.
Thank you. You see, and I did not even know that you had mentioned it yesterday. See, people were in that place for more than 1 year, some less than a year, some more than 1 year. They are just there, just learning. Right? So you may not have the job yet, but you need to attach yourself to somewhere where you can build skill so that when the opportunity comes, you can get it. Are you volunteering? Are you looking at internships? So some of you are probably in your NYC currently or are going to go into NYC. You need to understand that you do not have to only do your PPA, your primary place of assignment, that's the only thing you then focus on. Can you look for something also that will help you to build the skills? Freelance, professional communities, volunteer, right? It's very important. And you see, still speaking around relationship, you need to understand that your you is not as wide as possible. You will have your close ties, and then you have your alumni peers and communities that will reach beyond yourself. There is this methodology, or there's this model that they talked about. Is it the 6-person methodology? I can't really remember the English now. That tells you that you are 6 persons away from, you are at most 6 persons away from what you need. And what that means is within your circle, the circle that you're building, at the maximums, if you're able to connect to 6 persons, you're able to get to what you need. So you know somebody that can know somebody, that person also knows another person, that we know someone, that will eventually get you what you need. But how invested are you in that circle is very important. When you come into a community, please, I beg you, when you have understanding of somebody that you feel that this person can give you access, request insight about the work, but not an immediate job referral. Don't, what's the word now? Don't limit yourself. Don't become like a leech to somebody because you have access to them. It can easily help you to lose that access. So you know someone that is working with Chevron, and then at every opportunity that you have to discuss with the person, you are trying to look for a way to get into Chevron. You're just shortchanging yourself. Try to understand their work. Try to understand what is going on. If they even tell you that there is a job or something, ask focused questions. if you know that they are working in a place or the other, try to understand what does it mean to enter into this space. What are the skills I need to have? What are the evidence that I need to have before employers will trust me? So you don't come to me and tell me, that KPMG, I really want to enter KPMG, and then you do not even understand what is happening in KPMG. You cannot say you want to come into PwC and you do not understand what is happening there. You cannot say you want to enter into any of the big firms, the investment firms, and then you do not understand what is happening there or how to even get there. And please, when you have access to people like this and you have done the first two things that I just talked about now, thank them, act on their advice, and share relevant updates with them. Don't just collect from somebody and run away and detach. You'll be doing yourself more harm than good, because the person doesn't really need much from you. You are the one that needs from them. So please work on this thing. I would want to just speed forward because I know time is going, right? So please, when you're putting together your applications, the recruiter should not have to guess why your experience matters. And this is very important for persons that are coming into the experienced hire space. If you are coming into a graduate training role, we really don't need much of your experience. We don't care if you have experience or not. Well, within my own workspace, that's how it is. I've interviewed several number of persons. I really don't care whether you have relevant experience or not. I just want to see how you can think, right? How you approach matters. But when you're coming into the experienced hire space, the recruiter should not be guessing. You not have to try to put together your CV before they understand how your experience matters to the role. So when you are putting out your application, you need to be clear on it. What are you really applying for? The criteria, are you able to achieve the things on this criteria? Do you have the skills? Where have you done similar things to what is being requested? Now, the thing that you claim you have done, what changed? What improved? What did you deliver? You need to be able to articulate clearly what is going on, what has happened. See, and you see this small formula that I put here, they are very important. It's very important when you're describing your application, when you're CV, or when you're talking about yourself. Action point, what did you do? Create context, scale, and be truthful. See, I use God and beg you, don't enter into any interview and be creating scenarios that never happened. You will do yourself more harm than good, because I can bet you there's the possibility that the person you're talking to can tell when you're already cooking up what you have not done. When you are telling us what you have never achieved, you are telling us you have achieved it. Please don't do that. When you are putting together your CV, can you dial down the buzzwords? I can tell the moment you have used Chat, GPT, or any of the AI tool to prepare your CV, because the buzzword will just be everywhere. It is beautiful to start with those tools, but please, after they give you a result, step back and review what it has said and dial it down. Just keep it brief and simple. Keep it targeted. Do not invent metrics. If you have not done something, don't invent it. Don't come out and tell us that you converted 10,000 customers when you have not even converted 10. Please, don't tell us that you have advanced proficiency in Power BI when possibly you don't even know how to open Power BI. Don't. Be truthful. And I believe a couple of persons here are believers, are Christians. So it is even wrong that you are even lying in the first place. You now lie on what you cannot do, and then they test you on it, and then you cannot deliver on it. So please manage those kind of things. When you come into interviews, understand, everybody will always tell you about the STAR, the situation, task, action, and result. It is not outdated. It's still very important. But the large part that you need to concentrate on is your actions. The STAR approach on behavioral questions: set the relevant context briefly, state the responsibility or goal, explain your choices, steps, and judgment, share the outcome and what you learned. If there's anybody here that has gone through the KPMG interview process, for instance, right, you would know that we are always asking you scenario question. We would ask you scenario question. Tell me about a time that you had to do this or do that. Tell me about a time that you had to do this. What was the outcome? You'll be doing yourself a disservice if you now, what you concentrate on is telling me story and I cannot hear the action point, what you actually did and the result. It is important I hear what you did. If you're talking about those things and you did it as a group, do not necessarily say that you did it alone, but also don't overemphasize the group. I need to be able to see your input in the group. I need to be able to see how you were able to deliver that thing. So let's say in the real sense, your group actually went out from the marketing approach that you guys did. You were able to convert 10,000 customers. Good. The question is, what did you in that group do to make the group achieve that 10,000? You must be able to articulate it. If you are not able to articulate it, then it means that you did not in the real sense. Right? So something that I will need you to rehearse. Please don't let that the first time you have to answer these questions be when you go into the interview. Rehearse before, because these things will happen. Go online and check what are the likely questions I will get for this interview. I'm interviewing for so role. What are the likely questions I would get? What are the likely scenario-based questions that will be thrown to me? So understand a difficult problem you have solved, a time you influenced others, a mistake, and what changed. I've seen it several times, especially with the graduate training, and you ask some questions and then the person is unable to provide answer. And probably in the person's CV or from some other question I've asked the person, I've seen that the person was involved in an organization that would have given him access to do something like this. Let me give you a typical example. When I was interviewing for KPMG, and then they asked me one question about, tell us about the time that you suffer financial loss. And then I stepped back. Well, I never did MMM in my life. I never did anything that would make me suffer financial loss. So how did I suffer financial loss? And it just clicked to me. There was a time when I was in service year that I was doing small Photoshop design. And I did design for somebody. And the person did not pay me. No be financial loss. Now, financial loss now. Did I lie? No. It is now dependent on how you present it. I gave them the fact of the matter. This and that happened. The person, we had an agreement. This is that. But I did not get anything out of it. So almost always a scenario, a situation would have happened with you that you'll be able to describe, to paint this thing that they're asking you. But you may not be able to do that if you do not rehearse enough, or if you do not step back to understand what are the kind of questions they would ask you. So please ensure that you are prepared. Ensure that you are prepared. If there's anything I will leave you with here, and I want you to try to commit to, is probably for the next 30 days. This is more like a 30 days something that you can do for yourself. Choose, which is what? For that career that you are trying to either enter into or grow in within. Write out what that career is about. Then, against what you have written out, audit the skills that you have against the skills that is required for that career. Also, check what are the current evidences that you have of you being able to thrive in that career. That's very important. If you can spend the first week and doing this alone, please do it. In the next week, build. And the build means After you have done that week one and you have understand, you have audited your skills, you have looked at the current evidences and proof that you have about that career, complete something. That target role that you're looking for, can you try to complete a small project around it? So let's say, for instance, now you claim that you are into data analysis and you're looking for a senior data analyst role. Can you try to understand and see a situation that you can analyze? So you want to come into the financial analysis space. Go and pick financial statement of a company across 5 years. Analyze it. What are the strengths? What are the issues? What are the concerns of that business? Analyze it. After doing that, can you also think, okay, this is an industry, maybe it's the cement industry, right? You pick Boa Cement, and I'm using Nigeria as an example. Boa Cement, you analyze 5 years financial statement of Boa. You understand the challenges, the concern within that business, the growth, the strength. Come to Dangote Cement PLC, pick it also, analyze, compare. By the time you come out, nothing will be so challenging for you again because you have spent that time yourself. You have challenged yourself to be able to do that. So you are not waiting until you come into the interview. They now ask you a question. That's when you are now realizing, I really do not know this thing. Or maybe you even scale through interview. You now come on the job. That's when they now realize that it looks like we have employed the wrong person. Please learn to build. You have audited your skills and your current evidence is proof. The next week, build. The third week, connect. Connect. I said earlier that don't just say that I want to enter the oil and gas industry. Who are the employers in oil and gas industry that are available for this your skill? How many companies within the oil and gas space of Nigeria do you know? Do you realize that it's not only about Shell, it's not only about Chevron, it's not only about Mobil, it's not only about the big names. There are other names there. Aradel is making wave right now within the oil and gas space in Nigeria. You are an engineering student. How much do you know about Aradel? Or you are still within the Chevron thinking, the Shell thinking, the Mobil thinking? Do you understand what Sahara is doing? Do you understand what Seplat is doing? Get an understanding of the field you want to come into. Engage. And then in the week 4, apply. Apply yourself. These things that you have learned, apply it. Push. You see, if there's anything I appreciate about people that have gone to Canada or gone to UK and the likes, is that someone will tell you that they apply to 100 places. They tell you, I applied to 200 positions.
I was doing 50 a day. 50
Can you hear?
a
But
day.
you are here in Nigeria, you feel that I've applied to 2, I've applied to 3. It's enough. Apply. Keep applying. Something we click. Something we click. See, God, you are praying to God for God to help you. Can you arise and let God have something He will help? You cannot keep praying to God like, God, I need a job, and you are not applying. The job will not fall on your lap. Remember, I said earlier that opportunities at this stage, you are the one that have to chase opportunities. Opportunities may not necessarily chase you because currently you do not have the credibility and that capacity for opportunities to chase you. So you need to build. You need to choose, build, connect, and apply. Do it. Verify live notices on official sites. And I want to beg you, and it sort of ties to what I said earlier about job sites that are not right, that are not correct, and all of that. Don't pay for applications. Like, till date, I'm not sure I've seen any job offer that they will tell you have to pay. Any credible job offer that is telling you pay first. The moment they are telling you to pay, can I tell you that is already a sign that it's not credible? It's already a sign. Don't pay. Please, don't pay to be up to for application. Don't pay to be shortlisted. Don't pay to come for interview or to get appointment letter. If they are telling you things like that, just already know that something is fishy about this thing. Don't be too desperate. Can you not be too desperate? I know you want that job. I know you have been in that position that you do not really like what is looking like. You want something more. You understand that you have more in you. There is so much in you that the world needs to see. I do not doubt it, but please let's work with wisdom as we are building those skills, as you're positioning yourself for relevance. Open your eyes to understand the clear opportunities that God wants for you and God has for you. Right? I'm a believer, so there's no way this thing will not, even if I'm in a corporate training, the thing will sleep small. You will hear that there's a God factor behind this guy. I can tell you for a fact, by coming into KPMG, there's significant God factor. So when people tell me that, sir, maybe because you're there, you can help me out there. See, this place that we are is merit, and I can tell you that yes, merit brings you there because merit brought me here. I did not know one person, even gateman I did not know in KPMG. Can I shock you more? Before I entered KPMG, if you wind back the hands of time, because of the knowledge I have now, I would do it differently. But before I entered KPMG, I did not even know what they were doing there. I don't know. Up to the point that I got the job, my parents were still asking me, so Kinan Shembe, sorry for those that do not speak Yoruba, it is, what do they do there? And then I hear things like, so this agriculture that you studied, how would you use it there? I was still telling myself, yeah, we'll find a way to use it there, because I did not know what was going on. So why I'm saying all of this is to tell you that it wasn't about whether I know someone or knew someone that I got a job. It is about applying yourself and understanding of course, the God factor, the grace factor, and all of that. But I didn't go into that interview and speak like somebody that was not prepared. I did not know what they do, but I did not go there and speak as though I do not know what it means to come into the corporate environment. So build those skills. That's very relevant for graduate guys, for people that want to come from graduate point. But for experienced hire, that is not an excuse for you. You need to know what they are doing there. Right now, if I want to transit to another place, I cannot work the way I worked those years ago. I have to come with the understanding of what is happening in this place. And that's a key reminder for me, a key point that I would want to pass across to you. Tailor your CV appropriately to where you are applying to. Don't use one CV for 100 places. Tailor it to what you are applying for. If you are applying to go into the agricultural space, but to provide data analysis skill in the agricultural space, tailor it there. If you're going to apply your data analysis skills to an IT firm, to a tech firm, tailor it that way. To bank, tailor it that way. Don't just use the same CV for everywhere. Tailor it as much as possible. It is very important. And lastly, another exercise that I would want you to also consider is in developing your career, you need to ask yourself a couple of questions and make a couple of decisions. What kind of work do I want to be trusted to do? Ask yourself that question. What kind of work do I want to be trusted to do? That will help you to streamline. This is very important for persons looking in advancing within the career that they are already or transiting to another career. What kind of work do I want to be trusted to do? And the next question is, which customer, team, or community problem will I help solve? There is nobody that wants to pay you just to while away time. They want you, they are paying you to solve something, to solve an issue. See, even that person that is sitting inside federal ministry, that seems like they are not doing anything, they're just collecting money. At the minimum, they are solving an issue in the country and it's the issue of unemployment, rampant unemployment, right? They are employed. So they are helping the statistics of the country. So if you are coming into the corporate space, you need to understand this is very important for people that are still in school or that are currently in NYC. You are in safe space currently. The corporate world does not care about pampering you. Do you understand? So please, it is very important that you know that you are coming there to come and solve a problem. Understand what kind of problem are you there to solve. You are coming into a place that they already have a data analyst and they're telling you they want to employ another data analyst. Can you please understand why they want to employ you? So that you do not come there and you do 2 months and they sack you because you were not solving the problem. So when you come into an interview and then they after they've asked you questions and then they give you the opportunity, do you have any question for us? And you just smile. No, no question. As how now? As how? They just gave you the opportunity to employ yourself. Ask the question. Try to understand. So I see the opening and I've seen the skill set and all of that. I just want to understand the structure of the business. Can you help me to understand what the reporting line looks like? What do we try to achieve? So I went through the business, the company's missions, objective, and I saw this, saw that. I just want to check. I just want to understand. So from the data analysis team, how well has the team been able to help the business achieve those missions, that goal? See, what you have done is that person looks at you and be like, okay, be like, say this person won't work. Oh. Imagine someone else came and just said, so how much do you want to pay me? It's an important question. I'm not doubting it. But compared to someone that is already seeming to want to understand the problem of the business and try to solve it, there is a different edge. So it's important to pay attention to this. And lastly, what evidence would make someone believe I can do it? What evidence do you have that will make me believe that you can do it? The reason why I'm here on this call today is because at the minimum, there's an evidence that Brother Dolapo was on. If there is no evidence, I will not be here.
Yes, sir.
We are brothers. We are brothers.
People
We
will not
love
even
ourselves.
join.
Exactly. We love ourselves in Christ. But the only reason I'm here is because at the minimum, there is an evidence. I'm not sure me and myself and Brother Dolapo, we have actually sat down and discussed what I really do.
No.
We haven't. But he knows that for me to be a manager in KPMG, there must definitely be something I'm doing. Because it's not easy. Oh. Eh? So please, you must be able to communicate the evidence of what's the evidence. That evidence that someone can believe in, it has to be tangible to some extent, right? It varies based on where you are currently, but it has to be tangible. I'll go back to my starting slide because, of course, this is the last slide I have. I'll go back to my starting slide and say again, build your skill, build your experience, build your relationship. Make your skills easy to see, trust, and explain. Don't let us be wondering, what do you mean by you have advanced proficiency? What do you mean? What do you mean? Don't come into the conversation and then we are wondering what is now that advanced proficiency you claim you have. From the very first time that you open your mouth in the interview, let it be clear that yes, truly. In fact, let them go back. You know, I told you I've done interviews, right? There are times that after the interview is done and then the person has left the call and I'm debriefing with my fellow interviewer on this conversation, will now be like, that person is highly skilled. In fact, the person did not realize he has these other skills. Because from how the person has spoken, we could understand that there is more to this person beyond what the person could say self. And then we have also interviewed where we see somebody and you know that this person has some skill, but he cannot just communicate it. And then you have seen some person that came up and you know that it's not that this person cannot communicate, he does not have it. And I've also seen people that came and talk and you know that this thing is saying he does not have it. So please build yourself, build yourself, build your evidences and build the relationship around you. And I'm sure that there's help across board to achieve the next level in your career development and of course to also come into those job opportunities that you're looking to. Thank you very much. If there are any questions, I would, if there's still time, I'll take them. Thank you very much.
Yeah, peace.
So we'll be taking questions and answers, like questions, and Mr. Francis will answer us. So if you have questions, you can either turn on your microphone or drop the question in the chat area. You should even have questions, a lot of questions. So we are 10.
So we are going to just take 3 questions. So if you really want to drop a question, then you can drop it. Why you want to drop it? There's someone that dropped a question to my WhatsApp chat, right? So I think someone is putting up hand already. So let's take that person then before I read the one in the chat. Yeah.
Okay, good evening, sir. And thank you very much, sir, for this session. Okay, my question is that what advice can you give to someone? And let me just go straight. A student that is about to graduate. So you are in a tertiary institution that you actually thought that maybe during your CWES period, you are going to have a hands-on experience on your field softwares, but it didn't go as planned. Like an accounting student. So we know that the school one is just it's just theory aspects, there's no practical. So but your CWES and your IT period, there was nothing like practical on your accounting softwares. And now your fear is, how do you grow that career that even after you graduate, you don't have any experience on accounting software, and your school is a type that after graduation, they use like 1 year or 1 year plus to release their graduating list. So your fear is wasting that 1 year. Or how do you just your advice? My question exactly is, how do I use that 1 year after my graduation to build that career with this so much competition there is in Nigeria? There's no opportunities. I don't know. I don't know if you get my questions.
Yeah, I did, Adenike. Thank you. So can we take one more question and would take them together in case it's still going
Yeah.
to be with the same thing? Yeah.
There are 2 questions.
Yeah.
So maybe please just read the 2 questions more so that.
Okay, so we have one. Thank you so much, sir, for the insightful talk. I noticed that you have acquired the ACA qualification, and it's really inspired me to ask this question. As a 300 level economics student who is also pursuing the ICANN program, I currently have a very tight schedule. What practical steps or skills would you recommend I start developing now to adequately prepare myself for the opportunities and demand of the job market after graduation? Also, are there specific areas you think I should focus on that would give me an advantage as an economics graduate pursuing an ICANN qualification? I really appreciate your advice, sir. So we have another question. How does one get comfortable and confident with pricing and offering their services without taking less or compromising considering the value? Uncompromising considering the value, yes. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Chris. So on the first question from Adenike, right, it's maybe tying to some extent to the first question that Peace read out. Now, that 1 year gap that you have, I want to believe because you're just coming out of that you just be coming out of school by then, and you're blessed enough that you're also a lady. No shades, but I think it's probably a blessing because as a guy, there may be more expectation from you. But maybe as a lady, they're still covering your daddy and your mommy, or probably other persons are still available to provide some support within that time. It gives you the opportunity to look for experience without consideration in form of payment, in form of cash payment. So that is where unpaid internship comes into space. If there are internship positions and the reason you are not taking it is because they are not going to pay you, and you want to learn, and there is the opportunity to learn there, then maybe that's not completely a decision that you should make. You need to identify, are there virtual opportunities to learn this skill? I said earlier about YouTube. I'm 100% certain that if you go into YouTube and search how to use QuickBooks, how to use Sage, how to use what's the word? Microsoft Dynamics. These are tools that you use, that financial reporting tools that you use as an accountant. How to use SAP. You would see more than enough videos to start learning these things yourself. Of course, your school will not teach you these things, but that is a first opportunity to start learning these things yourself. Looking for internship, whether paid or unpaid, volunteering. Those are possible ways to maximize that 1 year space and get something useful for yourself to learn those skills ahead of when you would actually go into the market space that will be demanding that skill from you. So please, that's really my advice for you, and it's a very important thing to work with, to latch on, right? Look for those avenues. Go online, search, and now that everybody is using ChatGPT, using Claude AI, and all of these things, you can also use those things to start learning to some extent what it means, what you need to do. See, the beautiful thing about coming into a graduate training role is that nobody expects that you have known it all. But you have a hedge when they see that, you have an edge rather, when they see that you know it's to you have basic understanding of some of these tools or a couple of these tools. Right now, speaking about the question raised by Ayomide, I appreciate the fact that even from school you're already pursuing your ICANN program. But I would want you asked me a question, but I'll throw the question back to you. I'm very sure that I will do that. The reason I'm saying that is I may not be able to specifically advise you on what you want to do. I can provide broad understanding of what you having an economics certificate and an ICANN qualification, what it can do for you. It grants you access into the finance world. It grants you access into the accounting world, actually more into the accounting world than the finance world with your ICANN qualification. You have more access into the finance world if you have a CFA certification, right? But you need to know for yourself, what do you actually want to do? Do you want to become an auditor, an external auditor? Do you want to become an internal auditor? Do you want to work in investment banking? Do you want to work in financial planning and analysis? What is your goal? Because understanding that will help you to know what to put more effort in. I can tell you for a fact, having your ICANN qualification is good. Great. I entered KPMG without an ICANN qualification. I got my ICANN qualification 4 years after. 4 years after. I studied agriculture. Perhaps you don't know. And I'm in accounting related field right now. So it wasn't about that I studied accounting, I studied economics. Let me show you for that. I have someone in my set that studied philosophy. Right? I know someone that we entered KPMG together. She got into tax division. She studied English, tax, right? It's accounting. She studied English. She did not have ICANN either. So you need to be clear. What do you want to do? The advantage you have is that you already have a base access to this environment. You are currently doing economics. You currently have your ICANN certification. I would say it is an advice, so not an instruction from the Lord. If it becomes an instruction from the Lord, it's not because I said it, please. Having an economics degree and building or trying to get an ICANN qualification, I would advise that you look more into the finance space than the accounting space. Because as a finance person, you're not after recording historical things. What an accountant does is to record what has happened already. What a finance person does is to project what will happen. That is where I see you doing more. Because as an economics person, you're already exposed to a lot of great and beautiful and wonderful theories in economics, right? And when you add your ICANN certification to it, eventually you come out, or even before you're done, you probably want to go into CFA, do CFA, start with CFI, all those things. Beautiful. My advice, go into the finance space. There's investment banking, there's financial planning and analysis. That space is big, is beautiful. It grants you greater access to becoming CFO of a business than saying you're an accountant. You just sit in the pool. Is what they give you, you will record. Right? I see more potential for you in that. That's my advice. I hope it answered your question. Now, the next question is, how does one get comfortable and confident with pricing in offering their services without taking less or compromising considering the value? The simple question is that know your onions. Know what you carry. If you come into a conversation, now this I want to believe this person asking this question is not somebody that wants to collect graduate trainee role. If you want to collect graduate trainee role, excuse me, you do not have much to offer. Let's not lie. It's what I give you, you will collect. If you don't want to collect it, go and collect somewhere else. That is just being factual. A graduate training role, you are coming to come and learn. There is nothing you want to give us at that point in time. We are the one that will give you. You will come and teach you how to do that which you have employed you to come and do. So, but if you're coming into an experienced IRO, you have something to offer. For you to be able to comfortably and confidently price yourself and not feel underpriced, undervalued, you must be able to communicate that you have value to deliver. Value attracts value. Value attracts value. So you cannot want to get big money and there's nothing much that is coming from you when we're having conversations, right? So that is the simple answer to this. You get comfortable and confident with pricing if you're confident and comfortable with the value you can provide, that you can offer, and you can confidently present it and they can see it. That's really the answer. So thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, last question. Maybe I will just quickly
take one more.
There's more
Maybe
than one
Yeah.
last question. No?
there is two. I don't even know.
There's two. If I want to position myself for firms like KPMG, what are example of certification? I think I've answered this to some extent, right? If it's KPMG, depending on what in KPMG, you see, that answers what I said earlier. KPMG has 3 client-facing division: advisory, audit, tax. What exactly about KPMG? Because those 3 things, there are different certifications you need, and you cannot be pursuing all of them. If you're coming into the auditing space, it is really ICANN that you need, to be sincere. If you're coming into the advisory space, it depends on which area of advisory. If you go into financial risk management, people will tell you you need to go and do the FRM course. If you are coming into deal advisory, they will tell you need ICANN, you need CFA. It depends on exactly what you want to do. So you need to know Even the JP Morgan, what exactly do you want to come into? Is it the advisory? Is it the banking? Is it the investment banking? What exactly? You need to understand that carefully before you know what exactly you need. If you're trying to transit into another field, you need to know the field you are going into. If you don't know that field, please don't go there. Don't go there. Know the field you are going to. And all the things we had spoken about earlier is really all you need to pay attention to for you to successfully transit into that place. Do you have skills currently in the field you are that can flow into that new place? It may not look relational, but to some extent, do you have some skills? At the minimum, do you have human skills that you can translate into that place? Do you? That's the question you need to answer. In case of laboratory analysts that have to work with companies, how do you show proof of what you have done? Because everything we do is in the name of the company. How do you show your workings, sir? So this you may not be able to maybe specifically write on your CV, but the tools you have worked with, will somebody stop you from putting it in your CV to say that you have worked with this kind of tools, these other tools, these tools, you have done this kind of service, you have done this kind of analysis? No, but I don't believe anybody will stop you from putting that on your CV. When you also come into interview and they have questions for you, how do you present yourself? That is you showing proof. That is you also showing your workings, right? I really do hope this helped to answer these questions to good extent. So thank you very much once again for the opportunity, and I pray and wish everybody God's best as you look into those job opportunities, as you look into those career development plans and transitioning plans. I pray that the Spirit of God is enabling you to gain clarity and to get the right set of access that you need in the mighty name of Jesus. At the end of the day, we understand principally because we are God's people that there is a grace that works with us. There is a leverage that we have in God. That leverage is very important. So please take note of it and God will help you. Thank you once again.
All right, thank you so much, sir. Can we just celebrate? I always call him Papa Francis. So can you please celebrate? It's just privilege that he's saying that we are brothers. So he's our father, right? And he's someone that right from uni we have chosen to look up to, and it has been an epitome of learnings over and over again. And every time, if immediately we are speaking, if some of you take note, I'm actually typing. I was also putting some things down personally to look into some of the things that can personally be a blessing to me. So we want to say thank you over and over again, sir. And we are grateful. I know that some of us may not know the importance of some of these things he's saying, because we have not really worked in that corporate settings, and it looks so big, it looks so unreal, and a lot of us are looking for shortcuts, and maybe that's why the what's it called now, the social media thing is so much. Everybody is just looking for shortcuts. Maybe one day I will just go viral. Everybody is not really looking at anything again. You're just looking at a day that someone will just notice you on the internet and just like you, and the next thing was you just go viral. It doesn't work that way. I could remember saying that to us yesterday, that I've had so many opportunities from LinkedIn, had so many people chat me up and send job offers and all of those things because of some of the things I speak about, because of some of the things I put on my profile. And these are the things that basically they are important for us, right? So I want to say thank you once again, and God bless you, sir. So we mentioned he has provided answer to someone that asked a question about AAT. So I will just say one or two things before. I will encourage you not to leave yet, because we'll be rounding up on or before 10, and I want to show some websites and show you a CV I was using at a point to apply for jobs, and also at the same time promise us that yesterday places you can get international job role, international job opportunities, and that is not freelancing, like full-time employment, and also how you can get employment and some of these websites. I'm going to just be displaying it for us and how to navigate those websites and how to make applications. Okay, so one of the things that Papa Francis has said to us is the fact that I also picked from, and I will say to anybody, is that don't apply as a multitude. Don't just use one CV to apply for everything. It doesn't work that way. Anywhere, in any job location, right? It doesn't work that way anywhere. So it then means that if you don't apply as you, there are tendencies that you are just you will not be seen. Okay, you will not be seen because you have to apply as you. Okay, and I will tell us that basically we have, like, let me just quickly mention that before I show us, we have three. I tried to put something down this afternoon that we have three kind of people, and I want you to take note. If you can type it on the chat, please type it. We have three kind of people. We have the builders, we have the bearers, and we have the bystanders. We have the builders, we have the bearers, and we have the bystanders. I hope you will not mix the English up, and I'm not trying to make rhymes. I'm just trying to point out something important to us this evening. We have the builders. I believe everybody should be typing. We have everybody. We have the bearers, and we have the bystanders. You know, Pastor Francis was saying something to us. I said it in a group chat yesterday, and I say it to some of us that are close to me, that one of the things that happen is that some of you underestimate some of the skills you are learning. You underestimate it. Some of the skills, some of the opportunities you have. You know, he was speaking and he was telling us that, oh, ask questions. A lot of us are not even confident enough to unmute our mic. You have to type. A lot of us are not confident enough to show our face. You know what he did? He told us that the network was not good, but he first showed his face to us. That is it. You are not confident to do that. How then will you be confident for an interview? My friend and brother AY was saying that we got an opportunity for one of our daughters, like, and spiritual daughters, and you know, she got to the interview and he saw him and he laughed. Ah, bro, why? You go to the interview because you saw the person you knew in the interview. Immediately you went, ah, bro, why? What does that mean? He said he was the one that champion. If I get the story correctly, I think it was the one that championed that this one will not be picked. Because that is what it is. You're like, ah, bro, why? What kind of thing is that? Because we have not learned. We have not learned, I mean to say, there are some things that we need to learn. And the opportunity that is given to us. I was putting something online one day. I said church leaders should avoid anybody that cannot communicate correctly to take announcement in church. Avoid them. Avoid anybody that doesn't have financial knowledge to be in charge of church finance. Avoid. Because one of the things that he said to us, and that I picked and I said to some of us, Christianity or religion naturally should build our mind. We should have a built mind. You shouldn't be an hypocrite. I was talking to one of us this afternoon, and I said to her, the Bible said that hearing the way the disciples of Jesus spoke, they said, seeing that they were uneducated, but by the way they speak, they realize that they have been with Jesus. Do you know what that means? How does being uneducated have to do with them listening, being with Jesus? That Jesus that was not even educated, their mind is so built that education was part of what they show forth. They were not uneducated people. But when we are not allowed in some praise, in fact, I don't want to go to the extreme side. If you are not eloquent enough, there's some responsibility you are not supposed to take. But some of us, and I'm trying to put us into three categories. The builders, they are people that are visionaries. They are few in number. They are mighty in vision. You don't have to be a visionary. They drew map, they write laws, they design the future. In fact, their name lived in history. There are people that want to make, they are builders. And let me say to you, you don't have to be builder. You can call them founders. You don't have to be founders. Everybody want to found something. You want to say CEO. I was saying to someone, I run a company. Today, I was saying that it just get to be that, but I don't remember I do. For many reasons, I don't even know why. You can't see me talk about myself as a CEO. Maybe I should have put it like CEO. Like, and we work. We generate revenue in millions on a monthly basis. And I could have just put it there that I'm a CEO. I'm not even confident to say it. And even on my CV, you can't see it. I don't know. Because the truth of the matter is that you don't have to be builders. You don't have to be the one that champions something. You don't have to be a founder. In fact, you don't have to be a co-founder because that thing has limited a lot of people. And you need to know that you don't have to be a builder, even though some of us are builders. Some of us are builders, but how can we even know you are builders? This is another case entirely. And let me say, there are people that are called the bearers. The bearers are people are called the workers. There are many in number. Actions, they are very strong in action. They carry the stone, they tile the land, they fill the market with life. Their name is rarely remembered, but without them, nothing can stand. And one of the things that Papa Francis was bringing to us is more of the bearers. And that's what he was using to shape everything. That what do you have that make you a bearer of someone's vision? KPMG has existed before anything, one of the biggest 4 companies in the whole world. But the truth of the matter is that they are bearers. There are people that they are bearing. And what do you want to bear? What do you want to carry in that vision, in the long vision? And that is one of the things that you can put in your cover letter. That unique thing that you are bringing to a company. You must have something to show. And I'm going to demonstrate this when I'm showing my CV, the CV I created to you in the next few minutes. And you will see that, okay, what exactly are you bringing? That's what they want to look at. They're not looking at for the generic. I'm very, very profound in it's AI word. I just believe that everybody is profound. I'm exceptional and all of those things. You must be a bearer. And when you come to someone, you are bringing what you bear. Anybody that work under someone must be a bearer. Let me tell you, if you come under a company that you are supposed to be a bearer as a builder, there's tendency that you will not be employed. They are not looking for a CEO. They are not looking for this thing. And the way you came, you have visions. They ask you that you say, I will change, I will first. Some of you you have visions. You want to write the law, you want to design the future. Sometimes they will just not employ you. They will say, this one, he doesn't know what he's saying. You will look too ambiguous. You will look too fake. Do you get? You will look too fake. They will just be like, what's this one saying? Just like the way you come and you come to KPMG and you're telling them that when I come in, I think that I don't even like the fact that I will first make everybody be working remotely, even though they do hybrid. You say, or maybe some even work remotely, or you say that when I get there, you are not being realistic. If you are a bearer, you don't come as a builder. And it's normal that you are a bearer. It doesn't make you less. Everybody that want to go viral on the social media, want to do this, want to do that, you want to be a builder. Victor was saying to us yesterday, he's working under a company. He doesn't own one. Maybe he will not even ever. But you can be a bearer and do it. And the third thing I'm talking about is the bystanders. And let me tell you, there are multitudes beyond counting. Do you know what they do? They watched, they cheered, they gossiped, they accepted whatever the builders decreed and what the bearer sustained. And do you know one thing? They are the multitude. Should I tell you an interesting thing tonight? Do you know that more than 80% of people in this place, do you know that more than 80% of people in this space are under the bystanders? Do you know that more than 80% of people here are the bystanders? You are not, you are just watching, you are gossiping, you are talking, you have many ideas, you just say many things. You are just there. You are talking about why it will not work, why it's not working, why the thing that's you don't have enough. There's so much space. You are doing nothing. It's all about the gossip. Do you know some people that want to go viral on the internet? They are the bystanders. They just want to talk about what every other person is doing. They have something to say about what the builder decreed. They have what to say about what the bearers are sustaining. And you need to ask yourself tonight, am I a builder? Am I a bearer? Am I a bystanders? Everybody under this chat tonight, I want you to respond to what I just asked you in the chat. If you are a builder, type I am a builder. If you are a bearer, say I am a bearer. And if you are a bystander, just say I know. I'm sorry, but my own is just to stand and watch people succeed. It is not bad. It is not bad for you. Some people some people tell me some things and I make it as a joke. They will say, life is hard. I say, life is only hard because you want to succeed. If you don't want to succeed, life is not hard. Some people you are just a girl. You can just live the life just like the way I need everybody to respond. Are you a builder? Are you a bearer? Are you a bystander? And let me tell you, there's no way you can. You are just a baby. Peace. Don't let peace deceive you. And I've told you people, there have been has worked with international company and left the country and come back and will probably still go again. But are you I need you to respond. This is an identification you have to do to yourself even before you apply for a job. It makes you understand that you don't have to I'm a bearer. If you're a builder, there's nothing. I'm a builder. And if you're a bystander, hold on to it. I'm a bystander. I don't want to make it in life. I just want to watch people make it. I've seen people put that in their bio. I gossip about CEOs. I've seen a lot on TikTok. Someone put it on their bio. I gossip about CEOs. He's just a bystander. And it's all right. You don't even have to be intelligent. Some people want to stand. You understand that you can't work under people. You need to identify who you are. Are you a builder? Are you a bearer? Are you a bystander? And I need to let us know, builders need bearers to execute their grand design. Builders need bearers to execute their grand design. You can be a builder. You need bearers. If you're a builder needs you. Let me now tell you an interesting thing, my friends. Do you know that if you're a bearer, you need bystanders to consume your goods? If you're a bearer, you need bystanders, people that will cheer you up to consume your goods. You are just a bearer. You are a bearer, but bystander, you need them to cheer you up. They are in the comments. They are everywhere. They are just cheering people up. Okay, Gift says she can be all. It depends. I can build. Sometimes I can bear. And sometimes I'm just okay that you succeed. Me, I will just be clapping. But it's okay. It's not in the bad sense anyways. But you can be a bystander. And let me tell you thing. You see, do you know that bystanders also needed someone to follow and stories to believe in? So it means that a bystander also needed a bearer. They needed a builder. Will you make a decision to be a builder for a bearer and bystanders today? Will you make a decision to be a bearer for a builder and a bystanders today? And will you make a decision to be a bystander for a builder and a bearer today? You need to make a decision. What exactly do you want to be in this space? It's okay you are a building. It's okay you are a bearer. And it's okay you are a bystander. And I need to say, it is not fair, but the truth is that is stable. It is everywhere. A few will lead, many will labor, but a multitude will simply watch. What did I say? You can write this thing. I'm saying that a few will lead, many will labor, and the multitude will simply watch. They will just watch people succeed. One of the person I respected their trajectory, just like the way Papa Francis said, I watch him. I just look at him like when he became an assistant manager, I think I chatted him up on LinkedIn. Then that's when I said congratulations. I could remember when he was trying to prepare for his ICANN then too. We spoke. I think that was the last time we had a very long discussion about he wants to do his ICANN, this and that, and all of that. And you see, he just need to understand that. And I respect, sometimes when I see some people, I will just look at them that God, when? Because you see, it's good. But I need to tell us that a few will lead. Many will labor and the multitude will watch. I want to ask you, are you part of the few? Are you part of the many? Or are you part of the multitude? You can be part of the multitude. Don't want to do anything. That's why I say, chat, you will not chat. Respond to chat, you will not chat. In this kind of meeting, you are sleeping. With everything that he's saying, you're just there. Say life is not hard. Now you won't succeed. I just want to. There's one of my students then, when I was lecturing, she told me purely, she said, sir, I just want to be Alaji's wife. That's what she always tell me. When I teach them in class, she will say that, Mr. Dolapo, don't sell yourself. I will just marry Alaji. It's you that you want. You see, you people want to succeed. She doesn't mind. If she has never begged me to pass her before, say pass or fail me. No matter what happen, I will marry Alaji. Even if I'm a third wife, that's my own goal. I just want to be a bystander and be making TikTok. That was her own goal. It wasn't really bad, you know. And that's one of the things she told me. And should I tell you something today? You guys you will shout. Do you know that currently she's a project manager in one of the biggest companies in Lagos? She now has a PMP. That's the highest certification in project management. If you have a PMP, I know some of us that are in professional space. Go and check PMP in PMI, under PMI, Project Management Institute. That's the highest certification under project. If you have a PMP, you will get project. Do you know what? She has a PMP. When she called me, she would say, Mr. Dolapo, I did not become allergy wife again. I'm now the allergy. She would say, now me, I can marry a husband and it will be full house husband. If I marry my husband, it will be full house. Because of the amount she's making. As at that time when she came, I always tell her, she said, if she send me 10%, she was when she entered, after she got that certification, she was earning millions. That was in 2024. And she will keep telling me that, sir, but she didn't give me money. Oh. I felt bad. I told her, but she didn't give me. You now, self, if you become rich now, you not remember that I was asking you if you're a builder, bystander, or multitude. But it's okay. But it's fine. But the thing is that you need to understand that a few will lead, many will labor, and you need to know that the multitude will watch. You might be thinking that you don't want to make it in life. It's okay. It's fine. You also have your space in this space. And do you know your space? You will watch us win. We need you. If you are a physical person, I will just tell you that you should tell someone beside you that it's okay, you are a bystander. I need you. Because who will cheer us up? Who will cheer the builders up? Who will cheer the builders up? There is someone that needs to cheer us up. So, and you need to notice that this world was designed like that. The powerful will exist, and the powerless must be outnumbered. The wise must exist, and the foolish must be outnumbered. And the foolish must outnumber them, if that makes sense, so that it will not look complicated. The wise will exist, and the foolish will outnumber them. The creators must exist, and the consumer must outnumber them. So the powerful will exist, and the powerless will be much more than them. And you need to understand, even the Bible says that the poor, that's what Jesus said. He said, the poor, you will always have. You see, you will. It didn't say you must. He said, the thing is that it's not compulsory, but you will. Not because God designed it, but the poor you will always have. It means that all of us will not be successful. It is a choice that anybody will make. I said it and I put it on my status recently. I said, I know pastors, we do 10 hours prayer, we do 10 hours Bible study, 12 hours prayer, 12 hours Bible study. But the question is that, are we giving this kind of time to build? That's why everybody is looking for an escape route. You want to join early morning prayer just to say, amen, 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 amen. And someone will say, God has done my miracle, but that guy applied. He's on LinkedIn. When, what's the name of this guy? This guy that knows how to cook. came out, everybody was saying this thing. Some people even attempted to try it. And you see that they're going to Guinness Book of, they couldn't do it because this guy said her mother has been a cook. When they said her mother was a cook, I said, can you see? You think you are mates? She has been a bearer. So when she wanted to be a builder, it wasn't hard. And this is how it works. So I don't want to take us beyond this point because there are so many other things I would love to say, but I need to ask you, are you a builder? Are you a bearer? Or are you a bystander? And I will show you something. I want to show you this, then the CV, and I want to show you something, right? Concerning the CV, you just have to follow. Yes. So can we all see? You should see. Oh, can we all see it now? Can we all see my? I need response so that I can know. And
Yes, sir.
okay, good. All
Yes,
right.
sir.
You could see
Okay.
some of the things that I put down. I told you that I used this long time ago, anyways. So, and because even my address on this thing is not correct, so it has been a long time. Look at what I did. My name. I can remember I sent this to my friend AY to let me check it on ATS to see if this thing actually fits. Do you get? If it fits, and it actually passed on. I think the first one I did pass on 90 something ATS, but we did it until it was 100 ATS. So what that means is that this thing, if I submit this CV, I will pass CV. Like if they want to sieve it, I will pass it. So you see what I'm result-driven data scientist with a master's distinction in data science. Of course, I have a master's distinction in data science, right? Over 4 years experience in data analytics, business intelligence, IT support, project management, skilled in transforming complex data into actionable insights through advanced machine learning models, predictive analysis, interactive dashboards, and proficient in tools such as, I was going straight to the point. Excel, Power BI, SAS, SPSS, Tableau, and programming languages like SQL, Python, and R. Do you know what I did? I use my terminologies correctly. I don't call tools programming language. That's one of the things that they will cut you off. Imagine me saying that I'm good in tools like SQL, Python, R. They are not tools, they are languages. They are programming languages. These are some of the things that they look at when you use your professional terminologies. They look at what you are saying and they begin to look at, does this thing make sense? Do you get what I'm saying? They begin to look at, does this thing that you are saying, does it make sense? So, and I wrote there that, look at it now, adept at collaborating cross-functionally to drive operational efficiency, business growth, and informed decision making. Strong leadership experience in training, mentoring, and project execution. So I showed them that I have experience in this. Look at what I did. Technical skills, I wrote it there. Data analytics and visualization, I can use these tools for it. Programming and databases, I know SQL is a database. As at this time, I've not really worked on what's it called now? I've not really worked on. I'm trying to remember the name of this database now. I've forgotten, sorry, because of time. So then I have like machine learning, this thing. I have machine learning and AI, supervised, unsupervised learning, predictive analysis, text analysis, and I can do data scraping, all of those things. I know that I can do it. And I put it there. Technologies, I'm using this to advance what Papa Francis mentioned to us. Technologies and frameworks. You could see ETL tools, cloud computing, AWS. That's what I wanted to mention. So I'm good with AWS. I put cloud computing. There's so many other cloud computing. You can have what's it called now? Google Cloud, a lot of things. But I mentioned here that I'm good with AWS and I have AWS certificate as well. So I mentioned things like, okay, big data technologies. So I have GitHub, I'm good with API integration and all of that. Then I mentioned that, okay, project and IT management, I'm good with Agile, IT support. If you have an ITIL as a certification is good, process automation, training and mentoring. I mentioned that that's under management, IT management. I can mentor people in this aspect. Okay. How many of us, you are still enjoying it? Good, stay with me. So I mentioned my experience. So what do I do, right? In King's Consult, that's my company, right? I said I'm a team lead data analyst. I didn't say I'm CEO for many reasons. Nobody wants to employ a CEO. Yeah, this application I'm making here, I am a what? What am I here? Am I a builder or a bearer or a bystander? Someone need to respond or mute yourself so that I can know that you're with me. What am I here?
You're a builder, sir.
You're a builder, sir.
So I'm a builder, but in this place, what do I do? Am I applying to them as a builder? No, I'm applying as
No,
a
you apply
bearer.
as a bearer.
Do you get? So I cannot tell them I'm CEO King's Consult. I failed. They won't employ me. Do you get? Nobody wants another CEO in their company. So what did I do? Because I wanted to employ as a bearer. Do you know what I did? I now decided to say I'm a team lead. Does I team lead? Yes. In data analyst of the company, I team lead. Do you get? But I doubled that as the CEO of the company. But I didn't put myself as founder, co-founder, CEO, and all of. Some of you is back business you are doing, but you put it on your CV. CEO, Clinical Fashion Home. They said this one is a tailor. Oga, just focus on your tailoring. They can even save your number and call you. That's only buy me rush. Oga, just focus on your on your tailoring. We are not looking for tailors here. But you don't understand. But let me tell you, what if you put it there that you can just put team lead, administrative, Romoke Fashion Home. So yeah, do you get that kind of thing? Team lead, administrative, you're like, you are in charge of the administrative, this thing. You'll be like, yes, you are in charge of it. And all you are is that you are the CEO. Are you in charge of the whole administration? Answer my question. Are you not? Yes, but you have to put it strategically. Team lead, administration, or team lead, operations management. You are the one that is overseeing every operation. So, have you do this thing? Have you mend that boxers? Everything that you are doing, that's all you are doing. But the thing is that you are operation manager, team lead, operation manager, Romoke Fashion Home. Then you see that kind of thing. Then I put it here that, okay, this place I've worked and everything like that. So I want to show you something, right? Look at what thing I did here, which is what I want to show us. How many of us noticed that I put my project? You have seen it. I put my project. That's what, when you're asking that, what exactly, they need evidence. Do you know what I did? Project, machine learning algorithm, breast cancer diagnosis. How many of us remember that I mentioned this to us yesterday? That I did diagnosis on breast cancer and I created a machine learning model to be able to identify early stage breast cancer in women. I mentioned it to us. Like, this is actually the. So if I was lying and say to them that I've done that before on my LinkedIn profile, I have evidence. All you need to do is that don't go too far. Just click on this link. Pam. Do you know what this link will do? Open Google Chrome straight. Do you know? Let me now help you. Let me stop sharing this. You now have click on the link. Let me now do this for you. You will see that this thing. I want to show you something. So now see. You see what happened? This is it. This is my file. What are you seeing now? This is my GitHub. I have the codes. You see, the machine learning code is this. If I click on it, right? So it will take us to the code. See what is loading. You see now, I have the code. They can run it and see that I did it. They are not confused. They are not doubting if I've built it before. They are certain I have. Because they could see my code. I'm the one that did. They will see my name. They will see my picture. They could see if Dolapo breast cancer, machine learning. I mentioned all the tools I used, everything. I did what I did, all of the codes I run. This is all of the tests I did. If you are good with AI, you will understand some of these things. Let's move on from there because this is not where I'm going because of time. I want to really round up this thing now in a minute. So, can you see all of those things? These are some of the things that you can see. Text analysis on Amazon Books Review. So if a company wants to, they say, we have so many people that are commenting on our social media, we want to make a business decision on what we have to do. I'll tell you that I've done it before. Do you know the first one? I did it with Python. I told them I know how to use Python. Is that not? But remember, I told them also that I know how to do data scraping, and I told them that I can do text analysis. So I'm sharing them machine learning, text analysis. I'm doing it here. And remember, I also told them that programming language I can do. I've already told them I can do Excel. I use Excel here. I told them I know Python. I use Python here. I told them I know Jupyter Notebook. I use it here. But when I told them also that I have done text analysis, data scraping, what did I do? I showed them another evidence. What now? Because I said I've used Python, I now told them also that I've used R programming. So in my data scraping, I use R programming. So the code I'm going to show to them is a code that is written on R. Are you with me? Now, unfortunately, this CV I can't use it again. Do you know why? I've advanced in in my career path than this point. I don't want to explain it. Now I'm doing Gen AI. So I'm a Gen AI engineer. So now I won't apply for all of this thing. Now we need to build a CV to say a Gen AI because this one will not get me a Gen AI. And do I have project I've worked on Gen AI? Yes. I have backend models I've built in order for you that you can chat, you can automatically build you can automatically do book your flight ticket and all of that. I have a practical work on it that if I put down one year, have done Gen AI before, I have evidence. When someone was asking a question that how will they know my 1 year I am at home and I can't do anything before NYSC, begin to build practical projects. Begin to build practical projects. Then you can see something I did here now. I could say it now that, okay, NHS staff well-being, Excel, you see that one, I did it for the NHS of United Kingdom. And one of the things I built for them here is actually I did analysis with their staff. And I used 2019 to 2023 data survey that they did. It is thousands of data. Thousands. That's one of the most crazy data I've ever worked with in life. Thousands of data. I think more than 800K, thousands of information. 800, and it was so much. One of the things I clean it. So now I told them I'm good in quantitative research. I can say I can do secondary data. I've done this and all. I can do exploratory data analysis. I can do PCA, dimensional, all of those things. I had to put it there to see. And I now told them here that I use Excel, I use Python, I use R programming, I use Jupyter Notebook, I use Power BI, and I use PowerPoint. So I told them before that I know how to do Power BI. This is evidence. I said that I use PowerPoint. I have evidence because I use PowerPoint to make presentation for the NHS guys. Do you get? If Papa Francis wants to tell us that he knows how to use it, see how many of us love that PowerPoint. See how clean it was. See, if you use this to present for an employer, you think they will not employ you? They will employ. Even me, I'm in love with that design. Some of us saw when we did 30 days of discipleship, some of us saw the design. I took my time to design 30 days of design of work every time. Some of you are complimenting the design that how did you do all of this thing? Because that is it. If I say I know how to use PowerPoint, how do I prove it? And you could see something I did here. If you look at this thing, I was able to put in logistic regression. I did it when I use logistic regression. This is my accuracy level. When I use this thing, this is my accuracy level. And all of these things, I saw some of them are supervised. Then I begin to use cluster for unsupervised, which I also did something and I provided it. So I told them I can do supervised learning. I told them I can do unsupervised learning. I have a practical work on it. Should I tell you an interesting thing? Most of this work, they are volunteers. Most of this one is that I decided to jump on it. Is that who will do it? I go do them. The one on NHS was a project that I have to do, and I jumped on it. That is how it is. Do you know that I have 6 projects before that I put on this thing? On my GitHub, I still have more than 6. I put it there. And should I tell you an interesting thing? There's none of these projects I've not spoken about on LinkedIn. Do you now know why I said CEOs chat me up? Do you see the difference? Nobody will see this on my page. Do you know how they always chat me up? If I show you some of the message on LinkedIn, you will be shocked. You will be very shocked. Maybe I will, no time has gone, I won't show you. I would have shown you chats. How some of them reach out. We check your profile, we've seen this, we've seen that, and we see you are the best fit for this role. If you are interested, now me go now say, I did interested. And do you know the bad side? I always miss most of them. Don't be like me, oh. It's just like I will miss it. After like few days, I will not remember. I will not chat them up. They will not say, Dolapo this and that. Like we said we even call you. And I don't pick number I did not save. That one is bad though. Don't be like that too. You don't have job. Your number is on DND. You are jobless and you are on DND because of one Femi that like you. You put your phone on DND and you are on DND and you are suffering. You have principle when you are not rich. So we say poor people have principle. Like you do have money and you have principle. How can you have principle when you are poor? All of those things and so many other things. I put certification and everything like that. I put it here. My certification, the one I got from Google, the one I got from PMI, and I put it. I'm eligible to work in the country I am. They needed it so that they won't have doubt about me. That is the CV, that kind of thing. everyone like, I get the class. Yesterday, okay, we'll try to see if we can release the recording. These are some of the things you need to know. Don't just be, but one of the things is that people are very lazy. People are very lazy. People are very lazy. You know one thing I noticed? Some people that joined this call have left. Papa Francis will be our teacher. Is here on the call. He's married though. You are not married. You run away to go and sleep. Me, I'm married. I have a beautiful woman waiting for me. I did not leave you. You don't have anybody. You are even still jobless. But you can say, I can't sleep later than 11. I can't sleep later than 10. I must complete my 8 hours. I beg. Are you all right? Are you all right? I told somebody, Papa Francis was saying something to us. 4 weeks of how you can apply for job. 4 weeks. 4 weeks of you applying for job. 4 weeks. I told people, applying for job is a job. Applying for job is a job on it. If you want to apply for job, you apply for job as a job. If you are jobless, you have a job. Tell yourself, if I'm jobless, I have a job. Your job is getting a job. Because imagine that, do you know some people's role is actually to get some people's employment? Do you know that's what some people do? So if you are employed now, if I decide to employ you, I did something for someone one time. She said she's looking for a job. You know what I did to her? I said, come, I will employ you. She said, eh. I said, do you know what you do for me? You help me get secure job for someone, and I will pay you. You see, you will realize that she's doing that, and she got a job role for someone. And then I asked, I said, how did you get that one? You couldn't get job for yourself, but you could get a job that make you get job for another person. Can you see? Because you don't attach so much value to yourself to think that you needed a good job. See, and let me tell you, do you know that CV I showed you is for, that CV is for data science. If I have a CV for project management and I have project I've worked on and I have evidence that you can also click on a link to go to on my project I've worked on so many projects I've worked on, I have like project management role. I have a CV for it. I have a full CV for project management. When I was doing my master's and the lecturer was talking about project management, I just walked up to him. I said, sir, that thing you said is outdated in project too. As at last month, we have reviewed another one. He said, I was a student, like I was a master student, and I was telling a white man, when he was talking about this, I told him, I said, sir, you see that thing you said in class, you were wrong. Oh, because last month we have changed it. He now asked me, he said, I said, because I'm a member of PMI. We had a review to say that that thing has gone. Now we now have different knowledge areas. We divided it into 4, and I began to explain to him. He looked at me. He was like, you are a PM? I said, yes, I'm a project manager. I lecture you for a while, and I'm certified. He said, wow. He said, what are you now doing here? I said, don't worry about what I'm doing here. If God sends someone, whatever thing he's doing, just leave. But you cannot, and we gisted. We talk every time throughout that class. I'm the example. He said, we have one of my colleagues, and I got enemy in class like that. Asian guys, some people in class will come and be asking me, what do you do? How do you, like, we are not mates. I'm sorry. We sit together doesn't mean we are mates, though. But Francis that decided to stay on this call with us is not our mate, though. It's by his mercies. He will just decide to be with us. But you need to understand that some people are not just your mates. You need to look at it. Then, I want to do this. So I'll just show you in briefing. So if you are, let me show you this, right? Oh my God, what do I do? How do I show this, right? I want to show you a website. I think that's the last thing I want to do here. Then I will have to pull it out. I want to show us one of the major websites you can get job in Nigeria. And just do this, right? I've pulled that out. Okay, good. Look at this. So a lot of us know Jobberman, right? All of us know it. You use it. Search for job. If you have job that they require no experience, I click on it, explore. They say virtual assistant. They posted 3 days ago. I click on virtual assistant. What do they need? I could see it. Diploma, no experience, no or less than 1 year, flexible hour. Check this thing and all of that. You could see some of these things that are here. You could see the requirement. Use that requirement to make CV. And you can see it, $2 hourly rate. So in weekly bonuses, they will get $2. So if you work in a day, 10 hours, that's $20. That's 40, that's 30,000 naira every day. Cheap, interesting. You can be making 30,000 every day if you get this job role. You make 30,000 every day and you are happy. Your village people say will be happy because they will have something to chase you over. They will have something to say that, this one safe, let's even spoil his life. But now they are not even eager. That's why you can go out and without praying, nothing bad will happen to you because they no value. Everybody is happy with you, including the village people. They just say, no, there's nothing. If you add to his problem now, his problem. You need to understand all of this. And you see, this jobber man, and you can see things like, field executive. This is another one. This one is 70 to 150K. If it fits you plus commission, okay, you work 8 to 5. Simple. They told you what you will be doing. They told you 103 is basic salary. If you think this one is okay for you, pick it. Content creator, you know how to create content. 2 years experience, you creating content, and you have so many things. But the truth of the matter is that you cannot use a single CV to apply for all of these things. What me I do is that I'll look at this thing. I'll not look at my experience. I will not be able to see some of these things I have experience about. I will use it to create my CV with whatever company I've worked for. And if you are not work for any company, just write your this thing and put self-employed. You have employed yourself. If it's your page you have been managing, say you have been managing Richard Prince Will Instagram page, self-employed, and that is it. You will have that thing, and you have another kind of opportunity. So let me show you something. The last one I'll be showing you, because of our time, I need to leave, and I noticed that some people are already getting tired, so I can't help it. And that's because this will not be holding again. And I said to people, the next career talk I'll be doing will be paid anyway. So that if you pay now, you will not leave. And if you leave, I'll be glad. If you 10 people pay and 5 people leave, I'll just tell the remaining 5 people, thank you for coming. I'll send you the slides and I'll collect the money. Like, I'll just say thank you. This one I want to show you, I have is international job, right? My God, why can't I find this? Okay, this is it. Is it? No, 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 no. This is it. And this one you'll be able to get a lot of things from it. Because you're not only job, you can get PhD, scholarships, and the likes, right? So I know you like this. No, not jobs in Nigeria. These people is only Nigerian job they want to show you. Okay, are you with me on this? Can you see? I think these people are not allowed more. You cannot, I'm sure you should not be able to. Okay. You should not be able to see my screen. You should not be able to. Let me stop this because I think the website is not allowing me to share screen. But no, because my God, it's because this thing is. I'm coming. Job mark, no. Okay, let me do this. Job does this. So let me try it again. Let's see if it will work. Okay, you can see my screen now, Abby. You can all see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Okay.
So what I'm just showing you now is that you can see this now is international. So you can get, in fact, you can get a job here and they will bring you into the country. They will bring you in like this. And you can go get PhD, all of those kind of things there. If you look at this kind of job, maybe you are into computer science, for example, I click on it, you could see jobs, junior professorship. You get this one is there. You can click on it in data science and in business or finance. If you click on it like this, you could see it's a university. And if you apply like this, you see, some of them are PhD. You'll be able to, your experience, they can put it, go there, you can apply. You will get so many things even on scholarship. They will bring you in, pay you salary, pay you monthly salary, pay you yearly salary, pay you feeding, give you PhD afterwards, and still you are making money. These are opportunities flying everywhere. These are opportunities. Technical officer, AI, this Manchester Metropolitan University, you can apply. You see some of my skills, Python, tension flow. You can see GPU, AI system. All of these things, you can use Conda, you can use Docker, you can use Jupyter. Mentioned I can use Jupyter, I can use Git. I've looked at it. If I want to apply for this, I will remake my CV. It must reflect that I know this thing. Because I've pronounced some other things somewhere else. So I must be able to pronounce the other things here. See how to apply for this vacancy. Submit a cover letter, a CV, no more than 2 pages, A4, addressing how you meet the essential criteria of the post via your online portal. Once you do this, Pam, they will pick you. Your village people, sincerely, I need to let us know that. In fact, some of the things some of us are going through. Some people, I know that you don't know. You are begging me. Sorry, I'm sorry. No, Papa, me magbo na. You don't know what these things are hard. It's because if I collect money, people will be serious and I won't feel bad. But I mention it, and I'm not joking. I mention it to some people, right? That these are some of the things, and I've shared it. Some of us go there, apply as though your life depends on it. Let me give you Jobberman too. Some of us don't know. Go to Jobberman. There are so many other websites. Go to I'm sharing another website now on this thing. I'm going to give you all of this. I don't want to. I wanted to show all the people, but my time has been fast spent. I need to go. So I need to show us. There are so many other. Like you need to know so many. There are so many Nigerian websites. I'm sharing even Nigerian one that you can get job from. Simple. You can see it. You find your dream jobs. You look for it. I don't want to hear people saying I don't have job. How can you say you are jobless? Like I always look at it. How did you arrive at being jobless? I would have said you should ask your neighbor that, how are you jobless? Because a lot of people are lazy, and I want to give you opportunity. Apply. Some of you apply. Try to apply for at least. Tell yourself that Indeed, like you can use Indeed too. Yes, I think I opened Nigeria Indeed the other time. Is Nigeria, there's Nigeria Indeed. Yes, jobs, indeed.com. There's Nigeria. You can go to abroad Indeed too. You can check Indeed for US. You can check Indeed for UK. If you see like ng.indeed, you can get Indeed here. You see, I've clicked on it. You see, you just search whatever thing it is. You put your location, you see your job there. And you can use it to apply. These are some of the things that you have to do, friends. I hope you have learned something tonight. I don't know if you get me. You shouldn't be ranting that you don't have a job. You shouldn't be. To get a job in Nigeria is the most easy thing. Let me tell you, it's hard to get job international than Nigeria. You people don't know. There was a job I applied for, which is the last thing I'll be saying. There was a job I applied for. Team lead. Team lead, just like Papa Francis was saying to us, team lead. I did interviews, say many things. Like the first thing, no, I first wrote 4 exams. 4 exams. I did verbal, I did quantitative. Some of us do that thing, like something like amplitude. I did it, and it's not like joking one though. I did everything, did all of those. I passed that one. I did personality trait. There'll be matching questions. Ask you this thing. How do you feel like? And I did all of those things. I passed it. I passed it. I did the first interview. I passed video interview. You now mean the final one. I was in their midst. They keep asking me questions. I just the answer. I just the answer. But I noticed that it got to a point. I answered to a point. They gave me water. We took 5 minutes recess break in interview. Let me tell you, recess break in interview. They noticed that I've gone through a lot. They have also gone through a lot. But do you know for the thing? I didn't get that role. But one of the things that happened is that do you know what? And I asked, when I finished, do you know what I did for them? Do you know that they spent extra 30 minutes to answer my questions? They've asked me questions, 45-minute interview. We spent 1 hour. When did I finish that question? They said, do you have questions? I said, yes. They spent 30 minutes to answer my own. I asked for number one, I asked number two, I asked them about their interview process and how sure I can trust that in the integrity of the process. They took me through a full document of how they recruit and tell me my role. I asked for the company organogram. If I happen to work there, where will I fit? And what is my report chain like? And who are the people I will become mentor to? I need to tell them, I told them to explain what I'll be doing on day-to-day basis if I'm to resume the work tomorrow. And they should give me a rundown of how my training process will look like for the next 6 months. What are the I I gave them. I know that's why they didn't employ me. I was more of a CEO. I was more of a builder than a bearer in that meeting, and that's because they drilled me, and I knew I won't get the job. I've done interview with white people a lot. I know when I don't get the job, so I've already know that I won't get the job. I've seen body language, so I just know that let me just blow everywhere. Let us enjoy the process, and these are some of the things we need to learn. I want to beg us. It's a lot to take in, but don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. There are so many other things to take in. Yesterday, we did all of this, internet, how to push yourself out. I know some people are fitting for them. You can be bystander, you can be bearer, you can be builder. But this one is people that want to go into the corporate world, and this is what you want to do. Just like the way I said it, this will come again, obviously, but most likely it might be a paid class intentionally so that we can commit ourselves to it and have more people that are serious so that you know that whatever thing you are getting here, I talk to people. Sometimes when I do consultancy, have interaction with business owner, some of these things I just say it. Sometimes I know how much I collect. Some discussions, just 1 hour discussion, you are collecting in hundreds of thousands. And that is it. But some of you have it on a platter of gold. I know if but I know some of the things me and Papa Francis spoke about before the class, and he was saying some things to me. If he had to speak on a stage, you know, so many things he will have to do. And in fact, you cannot even pay him. You cannot pay him. And this is where we'll round up today. If you have any question, I'm sorry, I will not be able to answer. Then if you have access to me personally, you can send the questions. And I want to say thank you for everybody that joined this time. Yeah, if you want, you can go to our YouTube. I'm going to post at the Dolapo Olutoye, uh, on YouTube, on YouTube and IG. So if you go on YouTube, maybe by tomorrow, I may not be able to post today, maybe tomorrow. We have access to the recordings. Yesterday recordings is there as well, but you will have access to today there as well. Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us tonight. And we are so happy. Thank you to our host, Richard, and every other person that have decided to be part of this. For those that have decided to also share with friends, invite people, and also engage some of the things we do on the internet. Please, yeah. And hey, let me use this to mention this before some of us leave. At Dolapo Olutoye on IG, at the Dolapo Olutoye on IG, I'm going to be running a series for 30 days. Basically, it's a challenge, but I decided to use it to build African mindset and build people intellectually on people that actually want to build something. You are interested in building something in the African space. If you know that what you want to build is for abroad, Europe and the likes, don't worry, don't join. So what I'm going to do in the next 30 days, starting from Monday, is to release post every day to talk about so many things in that series that can be for you as a founder, for you as a bystander, for a builder. You are trying to build something, a career, a life, everything. You're trying to be a bearer, you're trying to be a bystander as well. There's something for you there. So you can follow at the Dolapo Olutoye on IG. Then you can also do where to follow those content. I will encourage you. Some of these things I've spoken about here, there are so many examples. I think I will still talk about these bystanders in one of my posts. And there's one other thing I plan talking about today before, which I couldn't talk, is that the 5 distinct archetypes of entrepreneurship. I wanted to touch on it today before to explain to us the 5 archetypes of the entrepreneurship. I will decide to do it during the content, the 30 days to talk about it so that it can also build our minds. That one is more easier. Just going to be a minute, 30 seconds video each, once a day. That is okay. Engage, comment, share with friends, and that is all we have to do. For those that are asking, just ask the Olutoye on IG. I've sent it before. So you can just search for it, and that is it. So thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. Father, we say thank you for helping us, for being part of what we're doing. And we pray that for all we've learned today, you, the Lord, we continue to write it on the tablet of our heart in the name of Jesus, that which you have done with us, and for some of us, you give us a sound mind, you give us ability to be able to do that which you ought to do. Thank you, Jesus, for answers of prayer. In Jesus' mighty name, we pray.
Amen.
Amen. So thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight, and have a wonderful night.
Amen. Amen. Wow.